Hi, Si here from Music Radar. Today we are checking out Universal Audio's brand new Apollo X4. Yoo-hoo. Sexy shot, sexy shot. Actually, we'll do cutaways, won't we, Adam? We'll do cutaways. We'll do some close-ups, some nice-looking close-ups of this. So basically, it looks like Universal Audio has answered many a prayer from multiple corners of music production world and got its Apollo twin and then beefed it up a bit with some more inputs, and you get 4 of the Unison preamps on here, which is awesome. So look, like I said, we've got 4 inputs now. You've got the XLR jack combos. You get an extra 2 line outs as well. So this thing is just even more flexible than it was. It's always USB-C nowadays, as everything should be. I know it's quite annoying when everyone starts messing around with like new connection, device types and all this sort of stuff, but USB-C is here to stay. Live with it. Around the front, we've got 2 high-Z jack inputs for your guitar and bass, and there's 2 headphone outs. So all of a sudden, you've got what kind of like the perfect Project Studio package. It's really portable, like the old ones are. So the X4 is kind of like, it's the top of the desktop tree for Universal Audio. They've still got the twin, that one, and of course, more recently they came out with the Arrow. So you may be thinking, why do I need an Apollo X4? Well, obviously, a lot of producers have been asking for more inputs on these from UA. For ages, you've either had the choice of the Apollo twins, 2 inputs, 4 outputs if you count the monitors, and that's fine, and everybody can get on with that. But there's this kind of need for something in between the Apollo twin and the rack stuff, the Apollo 8, the X8s and all that sort of stuff. So the X4 is perfectly matched, right in between. Anybody who wants to kind of migrate up from the twin, they need more inputs, they need basically more power. I mean, you've got, like I say, 4 preamps, all the great conversion technology that goes into everything that Universal Audio have been developing over the years. This is kind of like, this is it. This is the latest and greatest stuff they've got. It's all crammed in here. If you're looking to upgrade, I mean, these things resell great anyway, but you can chain. That's the beauty of the UAD platform, is that you can chain lots of these things together for even more power, of course. So if you have the money and you want to, you can kind of keep your twin, don't trade it in just yet, and you can then have everything connected up should you have all the right connections for everything. And you can, within the console, you can have all of them all working together nicely in a kind of happy family sort of manner, and that's all good. Okay, so obviously this is all just loose at the moment. I'm going to start plugging everything up, and we'll get a little jam on. Use the OPZ, going to use the wave state. I'm going to grab the guitar as well and just plug that in and have a little play with a few bits, and yeah, we'll get something cooking. Okay, so if you're thinking, you know, who is this for? Is this for me? Is the X4 something that I need? Basically, well, yes, you do. I think anyone, and you know, if you've got the spare cheddars, you should go for it. It'll have everything you need and more. You've got room for expansion. Like we're saying, it's perfect project studio stuff. You can take it out and about. You can go anywhere. There's a cool talkback function on here if you're starting to like record sessions with like other artists. If you're like, you know, a jobbing sort of engineer producer type, and you're going out recording bands or artists or anything like that, perfect for that. This is the hardware we're talking about. Of course, you know, UAD is all about the software as well. Like the amount of stuff that Universal Audio has kind of modelled over the years is insane, and they're not stopping. Every year you get at least 2 updates for, you know, new products, and with each update there's 3, 4 products that are going to get released as well, and they're always amazing. I know. Look, we'll be honest with you. You know this is a sponsored video, right? It has to be said. Despite that, we are still massive fans of Universal Audio products. It just goes without saying. It's a company that's just been, they've been around forever. They're so well received throughout the sort of musical world, and for good reason. The stuff they make is amazing. The build quality on the hardware is practically bomb-proof. These things are just, I wouldn't throw it around, but you know it's going to take a good travelling about, and they're sturdy enough to do that sort of thing. But also the software side of it is perfect. Like we're playing, I'm hooking up these guys, you know, the OPZ and the Wavestate here, and I'm throwing a guitar in. It's just, you can just dial in. I mean, or sometimes if you go for the full package, there's just so much choice. But I'd have to say for the amp modelling they've got, especially with the new Unison preamps, is really good. I was using a Friedman amp on this one. I'm not hugely into kind of like historical amps. I'm more of a high gain type, but you just know as you're flicking through some of the amps that are on the list, they just sound so good. So you can instantly find what you want straight away. It's just perfect. And then, you know, heating up things like little synths, bigger synths, you know, just plugging them in, routing some old Neve or some API, you know, compressors, and then sticking some beautiful old like Lexicon reverbs on. It just brings everything to life. You know, don't get me wrong, these guys sound awesome on their own, but you start plugging them through like UAD, you know, modeling software, and they take on a whole new lease of life. So it's a good way of getting something new out of your, you know, your already kind of, I'm sure, huge arsenal of sonic toys that are at your disposal. So yeah, if you're wondering, is it for me? Do think about, you know, the massive amount of software that you can get with the UAD platform. And, you know, if you're already in with, like, you know, you've got a previous Apollo product, you know, it feels like it's a no-brainer because they have just made a product which is perfect for every producer, really. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, or share where you've seen this video right now, and be sure to check out musicradar.com for all the latest news, reviews, and tutorials. See you soon.